It is time for a new snake oil video, and for this one I needed the new Mac Pro, so I brought it with me. So CheeseVerb is what the actual plugin is called. It's from Refuse software, and Refuse makes the low-ender, which I really like. I'll link the review of it over here. But anyway, they also make the CheeseVerb, which is a lo-fi BBD reverb. BBD stands for Bucket Brigade Delay. How that actually, how a Bucket Brigade works is like, I think it's best described as a real bucket brigade, which is like multiple people in line giving packages to each other, which could be water. Most of the times it's water or something else. It's a train of people bringing stuff. What does this have to do with audio? Well, imagine audio being water in a bucket. Like normally a bucket goes through a piece of equipment and comes out at the other end. So how I like to describe this is actually that the Bucket Brigade Delay does, for instance, get out 50% of the water, and the rest in the bucket is going to be given to the next person. And that person as well throws out 50% of what is left. So that's a quarter, and then the next person. And in between that, there's some time left. So that's how a Bucket Brigade works. It's just small chunks of the same audio going down in volume. And because of like the normal distortion that you get in audio chips, when you're doing that, like it's not the same audio, it's getting more and more distorted. So that's why it sounds more like a reverb than like a slapback delay. Anyway, it's an analog modeled Bucket Brigade delay reverb, or Bucket Brigade. So again, we have our knobs and sliders on here again, which are not that analog modeled. I mean, they're not screwed in there, and they are, of course, they did their best on it looking analog, but it's still not very analog, which is a good thing, Variable stereo width even for mono sources, so that's cool. Variable. One reason that Bucket Brigade delay reverbs never caught on is that affordable digital reverbs came on the market around the same time, and in the 80s that bright, splashy sound was in high demand. For instance, from the oh, it's difficult to see back there, but PCM60, SPX90 stuff, that's really one of the first digital reverbs. I don't know. Is PCM60 digital inside? I don't know. Anyway, the SPX90 is, and really has that bright, splashy sound, which is also not the best sounding reverb, but it has that sound. CheeseVerb does something different. Being a BBD circuit, it aggressively rolls off higher frequencies to avoid aliasing. Oh, that's interesting. Why call it CheeseVerb then? Because this flavor of reverb is a non-realistic, primitive ambience that won't be fooling anybody into thinking they're hearing a natural space. As a traditional reverb, it's, well, cheesy. That's a good saying. So, with lines like these in the sales text, they avoiding being snake oil, because you're actually already saying that it's not very good, which is of course a certain sound, but yeah. But if you can live with that fact, then you might find that CheeseVerb can be just the trick for giving instruments a unique space in your mixes. It is an excellent that thing. Anyway, it's $39. Let's check it out. And in full snake oil fashion, we are going to check out the CheeseVerb, of course, on a track from Darude. This is Sandstorm.
It was an unexpected turn, needing someone who gave my heart.
Let's first
burn. You might have
bypass
seen
it.
This place before.
Okay.
But for me being a debutante,
Oh, that's indeed a certain reverb sound.
So you must understand.
Oh, that sounds so bad for a reverb, but also good. Long. That's actually good, a high-pass filter on your reverb. Like that's... You don't even see it in plugins claiming to be professional. It's actually not that bad on long. It has that... the in it. That's also always what I say with these types of reverbs, that it has a like you can hear the taps of it. Okay, let's make it a bit shorter. It's very particular. I would actually use it in mono, because that makes it really cheesy. But yeah. What I would have done if I would be the plugin developer, I would make cheese in the background. Like the cheese holes. Let's try it out on just the vocal of this track.
Yeah, I'll be your getaway driver if you provide the wheel.
So there's already some reverb on it. Sorry for that. That's right free music. Oh, it does something really good with the hi-hat stuff.
Just tell me how it feels when we kiss, when we touch.
Actually, an interesting reverb. It's an interesting effect. Not sure if I can call it reverb.
Yeah, I'll be your getaway driver.
I would more call it a color that you add. Of course, it's you add a reverb to, and technically it's a reverb. I would see it as something else than a reverb. Okay, on the drums group. That's the last thing to try. So now you can clearly hear what it is doing. Very specific plugin, for really that specific cheesy verb. It's called the cheese verb. But that's also what the price is for. Like $39 is something you expect for a plugin that's not a lot of features on it, not very special, like very narrow-minded. But what it does is actually what they promise. So it's a Bucket Brigade thing, which is clearly what we are hearing. Hearing. And it's also performing that one thing that it is doing pretty well. So absolutely no snake oil to see here. User interface is good-ish, but I think there's never a good user interface in my eyes. So that's everything that I wanted to tell today about the cheese grater verb, or not the cheese grater verb. So let me know what you think of the cheese verb in the comments down below. I'll put a link to the cheese verb in the description. They have a trial for... They have a demo version which you can try, so you can try it out yourself. So I'll link it below. Let me know what you think of this video and of the cheese verb in the comment section down below. And of course, first try it before you are actually going to judge it. Don't trust my judgment. Trust your own judgment. If you like my videos and want to support me, you can go to my Patreon campaign, and in return you get some extra content. And of course, you are seeing these videos earlier. Is that a word? Earlier? More early? For more of my videos, I will link one over here. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, keep pushing, and bye bye.